Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought that it would be really fun to see, of course, if I could knit faster or if I could crochet faster. I'm not entirely sure if anyone has done this video yet. If so, I'll put them up on the screen. Um, but I don't know. I've always been curious. If I can be faster at one than the other. I feel like I already know the answer, and I feel like it's going to be crochet. I feel like crochet is going to be a lot faster than knitting. Um, but I don't know. I still wanted to see. I've always been curious. So okay. So for the guidelines, I guess, when it comes to this test, I have two of the same yarn, just different colors. So this is actually leftover Dollar Tree yarn. I forget what color these are. I want to say this is like, uh, what was it? Sunstone or something? No, wait, that was sandstone. That was another one. I don't know. It's this like brick red color. And this one I think was like forest green or something. I don't know. But basically, they're the same brand of yarn, just different colors. So I'm going to be using that as well as the only knitting needles I have are my Takumi Combo bamboo clover knitting needles. So I'm going to be using these, and then I am going to use my Clover Amour crochet hook. I need to find out what size knitting needles I'm going to use, so let me do that really quickly. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this time before I actually start on the project or start this test to go ahead and cast on or chain my stitches, just because I don't want that to affect how long it takes, because casting on takes a lot longer in knitting than, chaining for crochet. And I think I'm going to do it by like 10 stitches is a good point, I feel. So like knit 10 stitches and then crochet 10 stitches as well. So I've casted on my 10 stitches here, and then I'm going to chain 10 stitches here. So also guidelines for this test, I think I'm going to do single crochets for the crochet portion, and then I'll do the garter stitch for knitting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me just double check. 2, 4, 6. Okay. So I've chained my 10 stitches for crochet and I've casted on my 10 stitches for knitting. So the guidelines for this test is I'm going to do single crochets, and then I'm going to do the garter stitch for my knitting needles, which is just knit row 1, knit row 2, and repeat. Because I know I'm definitely a lot slower at purling, and with the garter stitch I can just go. So I'm going to give myself an allotted time of 10 minutes for each project. So 10 minutes to do as many single crochets as I can, and then 10 minutes to do as many garter stitches as I can. However, I want this to be like an accurate test, so I'm not going to like really rush or anything. I'm just going to go at my normal pace, and then see which one I'm going to be faster at. Okay, I'm really excited for this test. So how about we go ahead and hop into it? I think I want to start with crochet. I've really been in my knitting era recently. And I haven't crocheted in a little bit, honestly. Like, I don't even remember what the last crochet project was that I finished. So we're gonna start with crochet. Okay, so I've got my timer here. I have it on 10 minutes. I think it'll be in a good frame for you guys to be able to see this timer. I'll put it right here. Also, I don't know if you guys have ever tried these before. I went to Fit City the other day and I found these little chocolates. They're so good. I don't know if you guys like caramel or dark chocolate, but it's actually raspberry caramel with sea salt. Anyways, if you were wondering what those were, raspberry. I don't even know anymore. Okay. Also, I'm going to put my yarn on my little holder here, just so I don't have to like fight it or anything. It'll just dispense as I need it off camera, but it's right there. Okay, and then our knitting needles are here off to the side as well. Okay, I guess let's go ahead and hop right into it. Ugh, okay, So like I said, I'm not going to be rushing or anything like that. I'm just going to crochet and knit at my normal pace just so I can kind of get like a more accurate reading of how fast I am at both of them. Like I said, without absolutely rushing, because if I'm working on an entire project, I'm not going to be like absolutely speeding through all the time, you know what I mean? Like I might be a little faster or slower depending on where I'm at with that project, you know? Like if I'm just starting out, I'm not like I might have more energy than later if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if I'm even making sense, but I just thought that this would be a cool little experiment to run personally. I also I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know her name. I'll have to put her up on screen, but there's this woman who has the world record for most I want to say like most chains in a certain amount of time, and then there's another one for, like, most stitches in an amount of time, and they have, like, a crazy average of, like, 3 stitches per second or something like that, like, they go so, so fast, and I would be really curious to know how close I could get to the world record, I guess. What's our time? Oh my god, 8.5 minutes already? I've been yapping, absolutely. 8.5 are what? That's so crazy. So already a minute and a half, and I'm only on row 3. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Also, I've started using, like, the knife grip, I suppose it's called, on my crochet hooks instead of using the pencil grip. When I first started to crochet, I definitely used the pencil grip a lot more. However, I've noticed that the knife grip is actually a lot better ergonomically on my hand, and especially with my Clover Amour crochet hooks, like the grip I feel like is just more ergonomic, does that make sense, for the knife grip than the pencil grip, although it still is like really comfortable with the pencil grip for sure. Maybe I should also do a little side experiment of how fast I can crochet with the pencil. Like if I'm faster with the pencil or with the knife grip. Also, it doesn't help I just did my nails and they're so, so long compared to normally I have little nubs, you know? 7.5 minutes, okay. I'm really curious to see how fast I'm going to be at each. I feel like crochet is definitely going to be fastest for sure. But like I said, I'm not trying to speed. I'm not trying to be like the fastest I can really, really be. Um, I'm just trying to see which one I'm faster at in general. My tension is a little inconsistent, I think. I'll have to show you guys, but anyways. Also, I had a couple of people tell me when I'm having wrist pains to get some compression gloves. And I have a pair. Actually, I have Lion Brand, I think is what it is, a Lion Brand pair that I got from Joann, again with a coupon. No wonder why they're going out of business. But I don't know. Sometimes I wear them and sometimes I don't. It just depends. If I wear them for too long, I can definitely tell like my hands swell up. Maybe they swell up in general and the compression gloves just like really highlight that. I'm not entirely sure, but 6.5 minutes. Okay, we're at 6.5 minutes. Hopefully you guys don't mind me yapping. Also, I really feel like this would be a really cool challenge to see from other people, like how many rows you got with crochet compared to knitting. I know a lot of my community, at least ones who answer my polls that I do in the YouTube community tab, say that they only crochet or only knit, like vice versa. It's very few people who can do both. So let me know, like down in the comment section, would you be interested in like me teaching crochet and knit, like just the basics really? Like if you would be interested in learning how to crochet from me if you only knit, or like vice versa, learning how to knit from me if you only crochet. I feel like it's definitely a, what is it called, like a gateway or whatever. Like you learn how to crochet and then you learn to knit and then you like learn to spin your own yarn, or like you learn how to sew, like, or just like other things like that. Definitely I've seen a lot of people go down that path. And for me, right, like I've been thinking about attempting to spin my own yarn, but it would definitely only be like acrylic. Like I would take my acrylic scraps and spin it that way. And I've seen where some people do that, but a lot of people get what's it called? A wool batten? Is that what it is? A batten of wool. um Basically just like a sheet of wool that they put their scraps into and then like card and then spin basically. I've rarely seen it done with acrylic, but that's what I would personally use since I normally only use acrylic fibers, synthetic fibers basically. But I definitely also want to get into knitting. I want to get a sewing machine or knitting. I want to get into sewing. I want to get a sewing machine. I already knit. What am I talking about? I don't even know. But anyways, okay, we have 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Doesn't even feel like that long has passed. Does it feel that long for you guys? Maybe with me yapping, perhaps, mayhaps? I'm so glad that some people actually enjoy my yapping. I am always like consistently just talking, basically. Also, like I get so many people. If you guys have never seen it, which I'm sure you have, a lot of my community subscribe from this video, which is the I tried micro crochet for the first time video. I still get so many people who watch that video and comment and subscribe because of that video. And I know that one really blew up. I think the last time I checked that video, it had like 24,000 views. But anyways, I still get so many people who comment and interact with that video and so many people saying like you're so shy, and that is so true. I definitely, like when I first started this channel, especially because I've grown so much in so little of time, that I am definitely a shy person. But now that I've started to get a little bit more comfortable talking to myself on camera, I guess, and like recording myself and things like that, I've definitely come out of my shell a little bit, I feel like, at least personally, in my own opinion. Okay, less than 3 minutes. I'm definitely making some progress on this little thing. I don't know if you guys can really tell. Yeah, you can. I'm interested to know how many rows I end up doing of each because, crochet gauge and knitting gauge are a lot, um, they're really different from each other. I don't know what I was gonna say. A lot different. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, they're very different from each other. I don't know what the gauge is on this Dollar Tree yarn because I threw out the label. But anyways, most of the time, crochet gauge is like bigger than knitting. Like with knitting, you can get in more stitches than you can with crochet, if that makes sense, in the 4x4 inch gauge swatch. But also since I'm using 5.5 knitting needles with the garter stitch, I don't know. We'll see. Because stockinette, of course, works out different than garter. But anyways, also for people who don't knit, garter stitch is like row 1 knit all stitches, row 2 purl all stitches. And basically that just means like the difference is knitting, you have your working yarn behind your knitting needles, and then purling, you have your working yarn in front of your knitting needles. But also, like, I feel like there are some similarities similarities when it comes to knitting and crochet because, with crochet, you are only working one stitch, right to left. Um, but then with knitting needles, you have two needles. However, at least the way that I knit, I only really move my right needle. Your left needle is more for just holding your stitches, and you're still working from right to left. You just have all of those stitches on your knitting needles, all of the loops basically. But still, there are some similarities for sure. I think anyway. I would be really interested to try. I've seen some people who knit, they can make what look like granny squares, but clearly are not granny squares because, only granny squares can be made by crocheting or whatever. Oh god, 30 seconds. But anyways, I would love to learn that technique because I saw this one sweater in like Ross one time, and I saw granny squares from a distance and I thought that they were crochet, and I walked up to them and I realized like no, they are not crochet, they were knitted. It was very, very interesting for sure. Okay, 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Can I finish this row? 2 more stitches. 2 more stitches. 1 more. Okay. Okay, we're gonna call that because I don't want it to stop. I don't want it to be loud. Okay, here's how much I was able to crochet in 10 minutes. Let me count these rows really, really quickly, and we will put it up on screen. 21 rows. I was able to crochet 21 rows in 10 minutes. Is that really slow? Or is that really fast? Who's to say? Who is to say? But that is my 10 stitch by 21 row single crochet. Also, somebody explained to me why this happens when I crochet, but basically my work twists. I think it's the way that I when I chain, I'm doing something odd, but basically my crochet twists up like this. Anyways, but okay, 21 rows in 10 minutes. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to keep my work here, but I'm just going to take the yarn off of my holder here, and then we'll put the green on to work up the crochet. I do really, really like this Dollar Tree yarn. I think it's so soft, and they have such beautiful colors. Okay, put my thing up here. You guys can't see it, it's off camera, but okay. Honestly, I probably don't even need the cable. I feel like it'll just fit on my needles. Let me try it really quickly because I'm curious. And then if it doesn't work, I'll put it back on the cable. But honestly, with the 10 stitches, I think it'll just hang out on the needle. So that's cool with me, honestly. Okay, so my 10 stitches really do just fit on my knitting needle. So I'm just going to keep the cable off and we'll cast on this way. Or we'll work this way without the cable. Just because I'm only doing 10 stitches, so there's really no reason for me to have the little cable on. I've reset my stitches here. They are fully on, and I've got my timer ready. So I'm going to get ready, set, go. Okay. Oh man. This already, like, doing the setup row is definitely going to take me the longest, but then once I get that going, I feel like I'll be fine. Also it feels so weird to work with these tiny little needles without a cable. But honestly, it's fine. I don't know what length these knitting needles are, but I have been eyeing I think they're called Luca. I've seen people pronounce it, or Likey, or like knitting needles. I don't know. They're the Cypra copper knitting needles. I put them up on screen, I'm sure. But I've been eyeing those ones, and they have two different sizes, like a 5-inch set or a 3.5-inch set, I believe. And I've been really eyeing those. I think they're so gorgeous, and they're like fully copper, so like they will tarnish over time, but like of course you can polish them and things like that. Um, but I don't know, they're so gorgeous. I really have been eyeing them for sure. I can already tell I'm going so much slower doing it this way, like knitting compared to crochet. Can already tell I'm so much slower. Also, I have not knit with these knitting needles in a very long time. I've been knitting my bulky blue striped sweater. You guys remember I did a little project vlog on the sweater, and I didn't like it. It turned out really, really big on me. I don't know what happened because I was on gauge at one point, and then I guess I just wasn't for the rest of the project. But I completely frogged that entire sweater, completely um, unraveled it and started over. And I'm almost done. I just finished the body last night and started one of the sleeves. So I'm really, really excited to get that done. However, like I said, I've been knitting, but those are done with bulky knitting needles. So I haven't been using my Takumi. I've been using Knit Pick, the Mosaic Bulky Edition knitting needles. And first off, those are so gorgeous. But second off, I can already tell a difference. The Knit Pick ones are so smooth, like so polished compared to these Takumi ones. I can really like feel the grippiness of these knitting needles because they are bamboo. And like they are polished, but they're definitely not as buttery smooth as the Knit Pick ones. So I can already feel The speed difference for sure. Oh yeah, wow, we're at 7.5 minutes. Yep. I definitely thought that I would be a lot slower at knitting than crochet for sure. So what kind of projects are you guys thinking about making coming up? I don't know if you guys saw, but currently as I'm filming this, it is Groundhog Day and the little groundhog Phil, is it Puxatani? Puxatani Phil. Why does it sound weird? I don't know. That little guy said that there's more winter to come, so it's going to be cold, which I kind of like to hear because I've been knitting my chunky sweater and I want to wear it when it's still cold out. Um, but for upcoming projects like for myself, I really, really want to try to knit a raglan cardigan. And also I want to crochet. I'm sure you guys have all seen it, the viral Scooty pattern, the granny square Scooty, which if you guys don't know what that is, it's a scarf with a hoodie, so a Scooty. It's very, very funny. I saw Amazing-ish Grace here on YouTube make one for her grandmother, and I loved it. I thought it turned out so, so cute. I really, really like the look of it. I'm interested to know how much the pattern is, though. I don't think it's Amazing-ish's Grace pattern. I'll put up on the screen whose pattern it is. I'm interested to know the price, though. If it's not too expensive, I'll probably buy it, but if it is, then I'll probably try and freehand one. I don't know. But I definitely really want to get into making that really, really soon because I don't have a scarf in my wardrobe, funny enough. But this green that I'm using is a really, really gorgeous color. And honestly, I have a green Carhartt jacket. It actually used to be my husband's, but I stole it. And it's green. It's like I don't know, khaki green or something. But it's like my favorite winter jacket. I wear it all the time. I even wear it when it's like raining and things like that. It's made of like a canvas material. But anyways, this green is like a really pretty green and I would love a scarf like with this implemented. Um so I don't know, I'll probably make a Scooty project video pretty soon. That word is so funny to me, Scooty. I clearly underestimated how much I truly do just talk and talk, so I decided to speed up a little bit of this video for you guys. I didn't want to cut anything out so you guys truly knew what the timer was at. Also, I think I know what is taking so long when it comes to knitting is because I have to flip one needle around and transfer one needle into my other hand. Whereas with crochet, you just have the one hook in your hand, so it's really easy to just keep going without having to readjust really. And we have 2.5 minutes, okay. Definitely not 21 rows. I don't even know what this is, how many rows this is. Of course, I'll count it when we're done, when the time is up. But I definitely knew that I was faster at crochet than I am at knitting. Oops, I messed up. Oh gosh. There we go. My stitch started slipping off too early. I was not ready for that. That is going to cost me time. But basically, I did know that I was already faster at crochet than knitting, so I'm not surprised by those results at all. However, I thought that I would definitely be able to knit more in 10 minutes. But apparently not. I have less than 2 minutes now. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to beat my crochet rows at all. Even I apparently can run out of things to say when I am working because I go from just talking my head off to saying absolutely nothing for about 20 seconds straight. It truly astounds me. I don't even know anymore at this point. I am glad that I put my yarn on my little yarn holder though, because now I don't have to fight the yarn skein, like just rolling around on my desk. Really, if you guys don't have one of these like yarn, I've heard people call them yarn minders, but basically just like a magnetic yarn stand. It's so amazing. I love it so, so much. I'm so glad that I got it. I use it literally all the time, whether I'm crocheting or knitting. It's just like the magnet is so strong, so I don't have to worry about it falling off or anything like that. It's just like I love it. Super, super handy. Oh god, we're at 38 seconds. Oh god. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to keep the screen awake so you guys could see it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have screen recorded my timer so so I could like put it up on the screen. I've been narrating pretty well, I think, what my time is, so oh no. Oh no, I was hoping to finish this row. Ah, dang. I had literally 2 more stitches to finish before finishing that row. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, how many rows is this? Let's see. Oh my gosh. Actually, there's no way. Actually, there's literally no way. I think I have 20 rows. How is that possible? It's a little hard to count, if I'm being honest. Okay, I have 20 rows. I mean, I guess technically 19 since I didn't finish the very last one. Okay, wow. That is not at all the answer that I was expecting. Also, see, this is what I mean when I say that the gauge is totally different with crochet and knitting. With knitting, you're able to get more stitches in a more like in a smaller area, basically. Okay, wow. So I was able to crochet 21 rows fully and 19 knitted rows fully because I did not finish this last row. Okay, oh my gosh, I am so surprised at those results. Granted, if I had done this in stockinette or ribbing, something that I had to like move the yarn for, it would not be this much. I'm definitely much slower at doing ribbing or purling. I'm so slow at purling, but crochet I knew I'd be like faster at, but apparently not by much. Not by much at all when I'm just doing single crochets compared to the garter stitch. That is so interesting. Well, just for continuity reasons, I don't know, I'm just going to finish these last 2 stitches. There we go. Finished. That is so crazy. I truly did not think it was going to be that close. I mean, it doesn't even look anywhere near close. It definitely looks like I crocheted way more than I did knit, but they're only 2 rows different because 19 to 21, I mean, that's crazy. So, a lot of people ask me, what's faster, crochet or knitting? And I always say crochet works up a lot faster, and that is most definitely true. For me to get the same length as what I crocheted, I'd have to do like double the amount of rows that I did here for knitting. So maybe keep that in mind if you're thinking about like making a garment or something like that. Like, of course, crochet is going to work up much faster than knitting, but now we know much faster. That's insane. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of maybe a shorter one, but I'm trying to do videos that doesn't take a lot of wrist power to do. Someone said that I don't have to go back from 2 videos to 1 video a week. I could just maybe do 1 video a week that's not really heavily focused on finishing a bunch of projects because that was really like hurting my wrists at some points. More than what I was used to, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. Also, I encourage you guys to try this little project if you are able to crochet and to knit, um, because I was blown away. Because it definitely looks like I did way more with crochet than I did with knitting, but they're technically only like 2 rows different. And that's insane to me. That's crazy. But like I said, I did know that crochet was bigger than knitting. Like you can compact more stitches in one area in knitting than you can with crochet. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you would like me to do maybe basics when it comes to crochet or knitting here on the channel, please also let me know down in the comments. I really think that being able to crochet and knit is very beneficial for different projects, and I would love to share that with you if you're interested. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I believe this video is coming out on a Monday. Oh yeah, this Monday I'm actually getting a tooth extracted. So I might be out of commission for a little bit to respond to any comments, but please leave them. I will definitely get to them when I am able to. And I will be back with another video on Friday. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you Friday.